Hello, yes, idealism and social media. Let's take idealism first. There's been nationalist thinkers, philosophers, past and present, that have pushed for that higher ideal of when the white man is in control of his destiny, we'll have a brighter, whiter world, the future will be glorious, all the usual stuff that we've heard before. Ben Klassen, I've got his two books behind me there, The White Man's Bible, Nature's Eternal Religion, and George Lincoln Rockwell, his White Power. In all three of those books, they push for a higher ideal, a period, a time in the future when the white man's going to be in control of his destiny, a brighter, whiter world, all the stuff we've read before, and great, I agree with it. But it hasn't happened, has it? It hasn't become a mass movement, that sort of stuff, has it? No, of course not. And nor will it, because it becomes cultish. If it has, then please show me, point me in the right direction, where the higher ideal of when the white man is in control of his destiny, it'll be a brighter, whiter world. Point to me to the mass movement now that's been born out of that, or the electoral successes of a political party that's adopted that sort of philosophy, idealism, strategy, whatever, right? You won't, right? So that's failed, that. Whether or not you like that or not, or whether or not that's good or a bad thing is irrelevant. The fact is, it's failed, right? The idealism of those we followed with great passion, which we did. And also, as well, I forgot to mention him, Dr. William Pierce, cosmotheism, was it? He pushed for a higher ideal, but it never took off, that sort of stuff, has it? So, I'm not knocking these great men. I'm just pointing out something here, because there's still some to this day that are pushing the higher ideal, and it's not going to win, it's not going to even take off, let alone win. And like Otto von Bismarck said, politics is the art of the possible, the attainable. The idealism isn't possible or attainable. Maybe when you're in power, yes, but not as a strategy, not as a vehicle to get us to power. So you see where I'm coming from here. It's failed, the idealism. You still now have people like Richard Spencer pushing identitarianism. That's the higher ideal, and putting emphasis on whiteness and our future will be great, like I've said, once the white man's in control of his destiny. Well, that's not going to work. In fact, hasn't worked. And Richard Spencer and his controllers in the Southern Poverty Law Centre know that, right? That's why it hasn't succeeded. It hasn't even taken off to succeed, because it's looked upon as cultish, as weird and strange, even though I know it's not and you know it's not, but the way the media can portray it. And also, is the public really interested, concerned, bothered about any ideal other than their own personal lives? Highly unlikely. You see, the public of today, our people have been reduced to a consumerist, materialist, selfish human being. That's where they've been. That's what they've been reduced to. That's where they've been driven to. It's not their fault. It's the way society has gone. Whether or not it's been capitalism, consumerism, cultural Marxism, globalism, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. That's where we are today. What we need to do, we need to address our people's selfish concerns, because don't forget, selfishness is driven. It's a strong emotion, that being selfish, and we can capitalise on that. Trust me, I've got some good strategies for that, some good ideas. So idealism has failed. Also, social media. I've just been looking at Stefan Molyneux and Paul Watson as just two examples. Between them, they've got over 1 million, well over 1 million subscribers. Hundreds of millions of downloads and views. Yes, it doesn't reflect in a movement, does it? Either a mass movement pushing the ideals of a whiter, brighter world or whatever. When the white man's in control of his destiny, the world will be great again and glorious and all this stuff, right? It hasn't reflected, has it? No, in anything like that. And also, it hasn't, a electorally successful party hasn't been born out of it either, has it? No. So the massive amounts of subscribers just them two have, what are they actually doing other than watching videos on YouTube? Assuming that the numbers that supposedly subscribe to their channel are true, and there's not someone fixing them, but let's assume they are. Let's assume they are. That Stefan Molyneux is over 600,000 subscribers. I think Paul Joseph Watson's got, I think, more, nearly 1 million. So between them, they've got well over 1 million subscribers. Yes, where are these subscribers? What are they doing? And if we go further down the chain, let's take Nick Griffin's British Unity. 27,000. What are they doing other than press, like, share, comment? Then we'll go to the state-run Britain First. I'll just use them as an example. State-run or not, they've got 1.5 or 1.7 million followers, likes, whatever. What is the 1.5 or 1.7 million followers doing? Nothing. Press, like, share, comment. Assuming the figures are correct. But anyway, let's assume they are. Surely, out of all the hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers to these channels, downloads, views, which runs into the hundreds of millions, yet there's no movement born out of it, is there? I mean, let's just take here in Britain. How many in Britain subscribe to Paul Joseph Watson, Stefan Molyneux, Nick Griffin, the state-run Britain First, and many, many others? Oh, Millennial Woes as well, forgot about him. Right? How many alone here in Britain subscribe to them? There must be tens of thousands, yet no movement from it. So social media is either being manipulated by our enemies, or it's not what it makes out to be. But that is food for thought. Okay, thank you.